Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, may I have your attention, please? Are you ready to engage in a mind-blowing experience and hear talks about life, technology, entertainment, and business? The next episode of HIPTHER Talks starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, good day, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of HIPTHER Podcast. Today we have with us Zoltán Tűndik, our manager, our business manager and head of operations here at HIPTHERS. We're going to talk today about upcoming events. We have some new things going on, and we are really eager to let you know on what's cooking. Hi Zoltán, welcome.
Hi Alex, nice to be here. I already greeted you this morning when you entered the office, but it's much more nicer to have it recorded. So yeah, we've been having a great time prepping the conferences, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so first and foremost, what's new? Why people should be interested in what's about to happen?
All right, so first off, we still have virtual meetups going on. As a matter of fact, we will have one this Thursday on the 28th of April. It's the Gaming America's Q2 meetup, where we are going to focus on the latest updates in the US and some panel discussions about daily fantasy sports and crypto. But we are excited about the in-person conferences coming back. And first up, it's a conference which was supposed to be held in 2020 before the pandemic hit. It's the Tech Meetup Baltics. It's the inaugural edition of this conference where we gather all the cool people from multiple tech industries in the Baltic area for an awesome day of discussions and networking.
Okay, you mentioned the Q2 meetup. Let's shed some light on the meetup notion. As far as I know, actually knowing stuff from the inside, the meetups are a little bit different from regular conferences. What's the catch with it?
Yes, they are. Meetups are usually smaller conferences with less discussions, giving the opportunity for everybody to join at any time and just stay around for 2, maximum 3 hours, rather than a conference where you have to stay for multiple hours to get all the content. This is much more focused on some topics, not a larger agenda with fewer speakers, but it's more interactive.
Okay, so basically it's the highlights of the quarter. Yeah. Okay, you mentioned live events going on, and according to our schedule, indeed we have the Mare Balticum and Tech meetup coming up in Vilnius. Tell us a little bit more about the tech event, the tech meetup, and who's going to attend, what's going to happen over there.
Yeah, well, Tech Meetup Baltics is going to feature around 35 expert speakers, among which we have also government officials and regulators coming in from Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, who will discuss the latest regulations in fintech for the banking industry and for financial technology. The event will also focus we will also allow the fintech industry to share their opinion about these regulations and also talk about what's trending. Other than that, we also have a fashion tech panel discussion, cybersecurity, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and we have a special guest, who we can already reveal it's Moon Ribas, a cyborg who is, I think, for the first time in the region, and will definitely bring some attention to our audience. Other than the discussions, we have multiple networking sessions. We have 2 awesome coffee breaks. We have complimentary lunch included. There's a 2-hour networking session right after the conference in the hotel, and there's also a social evening gathering with drinks in the evening. So yeah, that's about it. Tech Meetup Baltics, you must be there because this is the first edition, and with our experience in the region, it just keeps getting better and better every year. And I'm sure that Tech Meet, based on the feedback right now, Tech Meetup Baltics is going to grow double in the next years.
Okay, so you got me at cyborg. I'm sure that's going to wait a lot in gathering people. Now, what about the Mare Balticum event? That's one day before the Tech Meetup, if I remember correctly. I hope I remember correctly.
It's after.
It's after? Oh, okay. Okay, I have to do my homework better.
So, 11th of May, we have the Tech Meetup Baltics at Radisson Blu Astoria in Vilnius. And on the 12th of May, we have Mare Balticum, the same hotel, Radisson Blu Astoria. It's in the old town of Vilnius. It's a really nice place. Mare Balticum is going to focus more on the gaming industry and payments industry as well, but payments industry specific to the gambling industry. We also have confirmed the regulators from all the Baltic countries. We also have high representatives as also associations from Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and Norway for the Scandinavian region, because Mare Balticum also focuses on the Scandinavian region. And we are going to talk about Web3, esports, responsible gaming, and we have the famous fireside chat with Dr. Simon Planzer. This conference also allows lots of networking for the delegates with the coffee breaks and the same 2 hours networking session right after the conference and evening social gathering as well. So basically we'll be hosting 2 conferences, one after the other in the same location. Delegates are welcome to join both of them. And it's 2 parties then.
Okay, and how many people how many speakers do we have for the Mare Balticum event?
Mare Balticum has about 35-40 speakers. It's a bit bigger than the tech conference because it has focus on it's much more focused on just one industry. So yeah, that's about it. Both conferences are limited to 100 delegates. That's the maximum, but we are already 70% booked. So you must hurry and save your spot until there are seats left. We in 2019, when we hosted the conference at the same location, we had to add about 20 seats more in the last 2 days because there were so many people coming. Now it's the same thing. Hopefully we can accommodate everyone, but you should reserve your spot as fast as possible.
Okay, and except the number of delegates that are going to be able to attend, are there any other restrictions?
No, there's no restrictions.
Okay,
so Lithuania has lifted.
Open season.
Yeah, Lithuania has lifted all restrictions which involved COVID restrictions. The only thing that is still left is wearing masks on public transport, which is recommended, but otherwise everything has been lifted.
Okay, and what's going to happen after the Mare Balticum event?
Yeah, during or in the final session of Mare Balticum, we are going to host the BSG Awards, the Baltic and Scandinavian Gaming Awards, which is giving out the yearly awards to 28 categories. 5 companies have been shortlisted on each category for these awards. There will be a secret voting link shared with the delegates during the conference who can actually decide who the winners are. Yeah.
So it's going to be spontaneous.
Yeah, it's spontaneous, like we usually. We have been doing this for the past 7 years, and we plan to keep doing it the same way.
Okay, how many companies are listed for the awards?
So it's basically 28 categories, 5 each. That's around 110, 120 companies.
Okay, but this is the shortlist version. But how many companies were as a whole?
Oh, in total,
yeah.
We have to mention that there was an online voting session which was open for the public for 13 days to decide the shortlist. There were around 400 companies.
Okay, so that's quite a lot. And do you have any feedback from past winners or feedback from companies that already went through this awards process?
Yeah, they love this process. It's a very democratic process where it's very transparent, and it's basically the industry decides who the winners are.
Okay.
You cannot get better feedback than that. There's no jury or judges involved. Everybody's the jury and judge. So.
Okay, so let's recap. We have the tech conference meetup on the 11th of May. We have the Mare Balticum and the PSG Awards on the 12th of May. Right before that, we have the Gaming America's Q2 meetup on the 28th of April. And what's cooking for the close future after these events?
Yeah, we have Prague Gaming Summit, which is also an in-person conference on June 21st. That's happening in Prague at the same location, the traditional location of the conference. We also have the Q2 meetup for European gaming, which is taking place in the first week of June. We also have, which is virtual conference, another virtual conference, the sports, not sports, it's the Gaming America's Summit, which is going to be held online, focusing on North and Latin America. This is at the end of June. Then there's 2 months with no conferences, and then we hit the autumn season with the CEGC Budapest taking place in October. We will soon confirm the dates for that. There's also the CEEG Awards, the Central and Eastern European Gaming Awards, which is also taking place during that conference. And later on, we have the HIPTHER Festival, which is going to be held in November. So lots of things cooking. We might also include some new conferences, virtual ones and meetups, but you have to stay tuned to our podcast and visit HIPTHER.com/events for more updates.
Okay, so yes, indeed, we have plenty of events going on. That also means a lot of work. Yeah. Hopefully, we got your attention. Hopefully, we're going to see as many of you possible during our both virtual and live events. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Zoltan, for sharing these facts and this data about our events. Stay tuned and see you next week.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in, Alex. Let's go grab a cup of coffee.
Let's go.
Bye.
Thank you for joining. Be sure to check back next week for the next HIPTHER Talks and subscribe on Amazon Music, Overcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and Pandora.